There hasn't been too many Grand Slam winners outside of the big three in the past 15 years. And the racket we're testing today helped one particular player rob Djokovic of his ultimate goal of winning all 4 Grand Slams in the same year. And that's of course Daniil Medvedev and his T-Fight 305 from Tecnifibre. Hi, I'm Proisy, and thanks to tennis majors in all our videos, you can find out all there is to know about tennis equipment. We'll tell you what the pros use to be at their best and what you should use to have the most fun and win the most matches. For more than a year now, we've been testing the most popular rackets out on the market. Today, for the first time, we'll be looking at the French brand Tecnifibre and one of their most popular racket among competitive players, the T-Fight. Daniil Medvedev and Jeremy Chardy both endorsed the T-Fight 305 model. But keep in mind that like most professional players, their rackets are completely customized. There are a total of 7 different T-Fight models, but we will be looking at 2 models in particular, the T-Fight 300 and the T-Fight 305. These models are the most popular among professional tennis players. It's an all-around player's racket that tries to solve the ultimate dilemma for racket manufacturers, finding the balance between power and control by manipulating your ability to develop topspin. The difference between the models is not so much in their weight, like their name suggests, but in the string pattern. The 300 comes with a 16 by 19 string pattern, while the 305 has a somewhat unusual 18 by 19 string pattern. The head size and the beam width are completely identical, and as you can see, the paint job looks identical as well. The only thing that changes is the 300 and the 305 printed on top of the racket. As far as the weight and the balance are concerned, they are also very similar, and considering the margins for error that racket manufacturers have, you could very easily end up with a T-Fight 300 heavier than a T-Fight 305. If you want to know everything about swing weight and balance, feel free to check this video. Now, let's talk more about the string pattern, which is, in my opinion, the most interesting aspect of these rackets. Comparing it side by side to other rackets with similar string pattern, you can see that the Tecnifibre has slightly more space between the strings. This means 2 things. Number 1, the potential to develop topspin is greater. Nice. Number 2, the risk of breaking strings faster is also greater. Sad. Unfortunately, manufacturers haven't figured out a way to give us both topspin and longer lasting strings. And in my opinion, they're gonna be stuck on that one for a while. To better compare those 2 rackets side by side, I prepared them to have equal weight, swing weight, and balance. While hitting with them, I could definitely feel a larger spin potential in the 16 by 19. And I can only assume there's also a big difference in how long the strings will last.
Definitely feels better when I hit a bit flatter.
The 305 also comes with a wider string pattern compared to other rackets with 18 mains, which most of the time come with 20 cross strings instead of the 19 we have here. The one cross string missing actually plays a pretty important part in making the string bed feel more open. And if you're feeling strong and want to try the T-Fight 315, just know that with the margins for error in mind, you'd be much better off with a lighter racket that you can later add weight to. And if you're not sure about why you should do that, check out episode 6 about swing weight and balance. However, it's important to note that the T-Fight models don't come with a trap door in the butt cap, like it's the case with many other manufacturers. So if you want to add weight inside the handle, you'll have to either remove the butt cap or just get creative. In my experience coaching players, I'm not convinced that the 16 by 19 would appeal to players who use large amounts of spin, unless they use a very thick gauge, which would allow their strings to last a bit longer. Whether you like to play with spin like Jeremy Chardy or flatter like Daniil Medvedev, these rackets have something for you. It continues the legacy that the very first T-Fight started years ago and does so with bright colors that remind us of the French flag. It's a good all-around player's racket that does enough with its experimentation in string pattern to make it stand out from other similar rackets. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, please share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.